This is a class on silence and thoughts. Why do you need silence? And what is the function of thoughts? If you work with the concept of soul consciousness and you see yourself as a tiny point of light, living light and consciousness, then you are soul conscious. The soul is an eternal point of energetic white light. It's energy. It is separate from the body that it inhabits, the body that you usually think you are, but you are the soul, seated in the middle of the forehead, in the body. And you drive the body like you drive your car or your bike. So the soul is invisible to human eyes. But when you become more aware of yourself as a soul, then you'll start to vibrate on the same level of soul consciousness as the ones who are aware of the soul. We call this the state of being awakened. When the soul has recognized its original form as a tiny point of light, it has connected with the world of ethereal consciousness, not consciousness of the physical, but the higher resonance that takes it beyond the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, and the touch. When you go beyond the five senses, as we call them, you go beyond everything that's temporary, and you go back into the eternal consciousness of the self and the eternal consciousness of time beyond the now. This going beyond takes us to higher realms, angelic realms, but also the soul realm. In the soul realm, you can meet the highest on high soul, the one we call God, generator, operator, and destroyer. He generates soul consciousness. When you connect with God from dot to dot, from soul to soul, you see yourself as a soul and Him as a soul, immortal, eternal, bodiless. Then you connect with your true spiritual Father. So using thoughts to lift your mind, the thinking part of you, beyond the now and beyond this temporary form that you inhabit, means that you're aligning with your higher consciousness. You use your mind to think, I, the soul, am a tiny point of light, seated here between the eyes, in the middle of the forehead. And then you think yourself upwards towards the sun and beyond to a world of angelic white light. And when you practice this enough, you'll start to feel it, see it through your third eye of subtle energy. But it takes practice. It's not something you attain overnight. And when you reconnect with the higher realms, you get help from God, from angels. You get answers. You get guidance towards your higher self, your original self, and your natural state of being in deep connection with everything that you originally are, divine, eternal, peace. Thinking yourself upwards in this way takes you beyond everything that is limited to one life, one city, one country. It takes you into the eternal, unlimited consciousness of the universal self. The soul is unlimited, unlimited in awareness, unlimited in vision. You can see everything if you choose to. The diseases of the mind and the diseases of the body are due to the limited visions of thinking that you are this or this. And this limited thinking hurts the soul. In this limited ego consciousness, you sometimes think you're not good enough. That causes trauma, stress in the mind, stress in the stomach. You get nervous. When you think I am a soul, eternal, light, you detach from the bodily pain, and the soul reconnects with the higher realm. When you reconnect the soul to the angelic world, and then beyond to the world of red and gold light, your soul home, then there's safety. The mind becomes silent and stable in silence, concentrating on one point of light, the self, and connecting with the highest on high soul, the source of love and power. This connection is called yoga. It means to deeply connect from soul to soul so that the transmission of light can reawaken the soul out of its dark night of ego consciousness. In ego consciousness, there's no lightness, there's only heaviness. There's no knowledge, there's only ignorance. There's limited thinking instead of unlimited soul consciousness. When you connect to the highest source of light, you receive subtle insight of yourself, the soul, being among brother souls on earth, reconnecting with your highest Father beyond in the soul world. All misguided concepts of who you are and who God is and who's to blame then become slowly reorganized. For you are the soul and you're living in a story in between the material world and your brother souls playing roles in other bodies. So the soul has come from the highest abode of the soul world and plays roles in different lives, creates karmic bondages. Now that we are becoming soul conscious, we settle these karmic accounts and let go of the bondage. The key element of settling this painful karmic bondage is surrendering the mind to the highest form of awareness, soul consciousness. To take your mind beyond the story of this moment and this life means to go beyond the trauma, beyond the pain, into salvation, into liberation, liberated from temporary consciousness and reconnecting to eternal consciousness. It is God, the source of eternal light, eternal consciousness, eternal awareness of Himself as the eternal soul It is this consciousness and this connection that helps us regain clarity about ourselves. This is the first class on soul consciousness. More to come in the second class.